Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to part 18 of the EVA pod build. Today we're going to start assembling, and not much really assembling to it, but painting up and getting this earmuffs on the pod assembled. So let's take a look. Well, hello and welcome back. It's time to work on the earmuffs. Let's get these on so I can get these started to get painted, because I did a couple coats on the exterior on the front and back half. Looks good. Sanded a couple speck spots, you can see one there, but all in all, for white I didn't get much dirt at all. So these are what we're going to add on. They're little detail pieces, because we can do those. These I'm not going to put in because they're going to get black. So having to deal with masking, that doesn't make sense. And to me, in the real world, they would be separate parts anyway, so they can look, they don't have to be perfectly seamed, because it wouldn't be in the real world. So that's what we're going to do. But yeah, we'll get these glued in and then we can start painting these. So this is a fairly simple thing here. Yeah, they're almost identical, except for that one has one more little notch down there. So this one's that one. Is this fitting you better? Yeah. It's so easy because they have a complete impression in the back here. So the part actually just sits right in there. Yeah, but the Star Destroyer is coming out pretty good for what it is. It's not accurate at any means, except for it's a pie-shaped ship that does kind of have a silhouette of a Star Destroyer. There we go. Yeah, I'll show you her. There she is. But it's a cool kit, and I got it for so cheap, and it's neat. It definitely has its character to it. I mean, these are really high raised detail parts, so it shouldn't be really that raised, especially these here. But it fits in the realm of a Star Destroyer, so I just pretend it's like a different class. It's not the one you see from New Hope. It might be just before that one, but they're still using it. But as you can see, these should really come out to like here, because you usually from the top looking down you don't see these engine bells that much, where I can see like almost half of them. You would see maybe just this corner on the but these flare outs should actually come out to another ½ inch, quarter inch, ½ inch. What would you say that would be? Centimeter. I'd say about a quarter inch. ½ inch would be way out there. But yeah, definitely. So looking from the back, you can. From direct behind, it's not terrible. And this is sticking out a little further because I got to push that forward, I think. Yeah. It's not quite. There's a little bit of fitting issues here because the way they. But I think I got it mostly side up. Yeah. These are like flush right with the way where that engine area comes out. It's flush right with the hull, and it's not supposed to be. It's supposed to be more like. Should be more like that. So you only just see the engine bells, the corners in those two outer engine bells. But now we're way in there. But it's cool. Well, another quick update here, folks. I got this camera housing light blocked black. And got the clear lens in there. It's crazy how it focuses the black. Pretty cool. But got that in there and dried, and I drill a 3mm hole there, it's going to be tight here, where this top part for the door track's going to be. I actually had this piece break off, which was never right from the factory. Every time I tried to put that on, it was already pressed for some reason. I don't know, in packaging, if there was something in here. Can't remember how this was packed. If it was pushing against that, because it was already kind of soft from being pushed, and you try to, you know, bend it back over, it needed to keep, and it would get softer, and it would never line up. You get these in here, and I can never get this one to line up, and it was a pain in the ass, so I just snapped it off. I'm done with it. I'll find another way to attach to it. But yeah, that hole, the track of the door is going to be right over top where I got that, of course. But the good thing is, when this goes down like that, yeah, I can always get these two to line up perfect, these two here. Like, they even slide it, I didn't even realize they went over. They go over so nice. This one here I never could. And so I think if I have these are nice and attached, and we're going to have some play in that door, but I think I can still get some way to, you know, yeah, it still hits, so I can get some glue in there to hold it. Like I said, it slides over these, so nice. I can get that in there. You don't want to bend down, because then that'll make the door track smaller. I can give it a little lift up that way. So I might put a little piece of styrene there. And right here, and I can either bring the wire out that way or just run it down underneath it. Yeah, that'd be enough, because it's just going to be thin, two thin little wires. I might even just leave the prongs, because I think I can just take a, grab one of these cheapo blues. Just one. And that's going to go like that, just stick in there like that, and pop out through the top like that. And I can just bend these, yeah, because that can get pretty close. And I can just bend these tabs down below the track, and I think it'll be fine. But let me get a battery. I want to see what blue light is going to look like going through that camera housing. I need to clean this battery thing out. There's that one. Let's see. Oh, that'll be cool. That'll look pretty cool. Going through that hand. I don't mind if the little bit of the top lights up. There's no way of stopping that. I mean, I hit it with black all over in the inside. Another coat, I think that'll do it. But yeah, that's where we're at. But then once I do one more coat of black, then we'll glue that guy down. Put some I'll put some of that liquid vinyl in there to protect the lens, and we'll be good. But just wanted to show you where I was at on that. I think I'm going to shoot for it. I can still, if I don't like it, I can still change that, because everything's going to be done later, and I can always go in there and say, nah, I'm not really digging it. But we'll give it a whirl, see what it looks like. Well, welcome back. We got the earmuffs all painted up all nice, and got the rest of the coats on the front and back half of the exterior. It's all looking really nice, so it's time to start doing some detail work. I still have the thrusters out on here. I'm just going to paint them black and then glue them in. So we'll do that. That'll make so I don't have to tape off circles. But we are going to start taping off these zones here and get started on some of the detail work on here. We got these parts to do yet, and in there and stuff. Finally getting to the exterior, you know, the fun stuff, some painting. Already got this piece on the front half of the EVA. Before I painted it, I painted this piece separate before I glued it on there, and then painted some black, just hand brushed a little Tamiya flat black underneath there, and then glued it on top, and that gives you the nice dark ridges underneath. Still have to do the little black spots there, but we'll start detailing it. I painted it yesterday, so it was still a little tacky. Today it feels great, so I feel more confident in touching it. And what do we do on the back half? Just a quick show of that. That's coming out good. Yeah, even all the handle areas look good. I got those in there. I should have glued them in the first place. I don't know why I didn't. Camera areas in. Let's still see if I can get a light up in there. I did find that piece that broke off, so I'm going to try it again. I glued it on. Let's see if I got it to sit better, because before it was bent this way, and it needed to be this way. So we'll see if that works. I do have to touch up in here because the acrylic is wet. The craft acrylic is so water-based and wet, it can find its way past tape, especially with this weird curve. And then on the arms, I sanded all those. I mean, a lot of this I sanded while assembly, which is a good idea, especially on the hands here, because you can't get in there. So you can actually glue those and then sand them all nice while you're putting it together. It's usually the best. All those areas in there that you wouldn't be able to get to. Most of the areas here, I just, with the thin, to me, extra thin cement, it glues them so solid together. I just had to actually just get rid of the difference in the, heights of the plastic going together. I just used a file that did it real quick and then hit it with sandpaper. So they look really nice. So I won't have to do a lot of putty. I think I'm going to use the Tamiya tape for this. And I'll tape an easy one up first, just to get started. No ridges, real simple. The reason I like the Tamiya tape is it will flex and move in those curves, like it's dealing with this and then this compound curve, so it'll flex in that really much easier than standard masking tape. You can actually get it to work where you want it to go. And then we got a curve here, so that'd probably be best to hit with some vinyl. It's always hard to find the ends. There we go. Get a rough guesstimate of what you need. And I think I pressed that fold into the vinyl already. That's better. So it was constantly wanting to do that. That's good. There we go. And then we can come down this side. Probably to deal with that curve, I probably should use a little vinyl too. Yeah, that worked just fine. Just gotta fix that in there when let's pull it up a hair. Yeah, that worked fine. and then we'll cover the rest better. But I'm just going to keep on doing that. It's as simple as doing that a couple times on these. We'll get these black areas down, and I'll get these ports put in, and then we can start doing the detail on those. And then other than that, we got the red that goes on those little areas. So they look like they came out good, so let's unwrap and see what we got. Sometimes it's really fun peeling off the masks and seeing how everything came out. Hopefully well. Hopefully we didn't get any bleed through. Black and white are two colors that are definitely difficult to keep from cross-pollinating. Doesn't take much. I did a lot of little patches here. Ooh, but that edge looks good. Most of the time I'm going right for those. So they're all stuck together. Nice crisp lines. That's what we want to see. Overall, I'm very happy. Just a smudge. Come on, it's probably just dirt. Yeah. These here going across the top are tough with the ridges, so we'll have to touch just little spots as where the ridges are. Other than that, that's not bad. Yep, it's almost like Christmas. The tape really likes to stick to itself. I'd rather pull that up in an order instead of just peeling up like crazy. And probably what happened where we got a little, it's a tiny, I mean it's almost just a shadow. It's rubbing off. But I think a little bit of X20A will help with that. I definitely planned on little touch-ups here because of just how hard it is to get that to curve around. And those edges look good where they're black up on the high spots. Great. This one has less touch-ups, these two here, and just a point there and a point there and a little bit of white there. Like I said, the black blowing through is the easiest thing. See, that's just a shade there. I bet you it's all, yeah, that's all it was. Or a little bit found its way through a seam somehow, just with the direction I sprayed. Look great. Very nice. I figured I'd show you that real quick. A little update quick. Until we continue on, I'll come back. We'll start working on, we'll glue these guys in when they dry. Like I said, they're a little wet down there because I had to make sure I really got down in there so no light comes through. And eventually when we glue them onto the back here, I'm going to hit this whole area with black. Well, okay, I did got these ports in on this one here, and I'm really liking how that looks. Still got to touch up the black spots, but I just wanted to put those ports in. But let's go ahead and put these other ones in real quick, since they're dry now. Let's start with the center one. That seemed to work the best to start with on the first one. So let's drop it in there, make sure it fits in tight. And let's take a look on the other side. That looks really nice. They're really fitting really nice, these parts. I do have to say that. I did go through before I painted and sanded these inner rims, but still, you never really know until you... So I'll hit a little bit of that glue, and I'm going to take a little bit of the extra thin quick set and just lightly put a little bit around the edges. Let's move on to the next one here. Doesn't matter which one or where it goes, as long as you have the angled ones. They're keyed in, so you know what's what anyway. But and these I found that sometimes you'll hear a snap where they pop in. Using a little bit of a stronger glue, thicker glue on the keyed in parts. Let's move right to another one. For some reason I've been bouncing back on the opposite sides. You could go in a circle, don't matter. That one fit right in really nice. There's a little pop. I always give it one little last push. There, and that's quick. Wow, what a difference. Just gives it a little extra added something all the way around. I like when things are glued all the way around instead of just the tabs that they give you. I like it. I still see. So now I can go in here and just hit all that with a little black. Now that I got a good glue, these glued in. But yeah, I really like how that came out, so didn't want to ruin that. But she came out. I'm going to let her dry, and then we're going to tape this off and get this area here black. And then we got to have the tops of these little squares, or I should say rectangles, still white. So I got probably some vinyl left over from one of Aztec Dummies vinyl sets. He has little strips. He gives you a lot of extra strips to use up the vinyl sheet. Wondering if I have something that's pretty close, these are a little thicker, these three, than that. But I might have something there where I can cut them and use those little vinyl strips, cut in little pieces, and that'll be my masks. So then I can paint the black over top, peel off, and then those tops should be white. But yeah, door's looking good. Okay, it's getting there, slowly but surely. I still got to paint these guys up. That sanded away good, the putty there. I think I still had to sand this one, yeah, because it dried in a little bit there. So I just got to sand that, and then I can get painting those white. But I figured I'd just show you that really quick, how those came out. Easy to glue, so nothing there. And then we'll start, when I come back, we'll come back and start doing the detail on these. I think we'll start on this first. And then we'll start hitting the bigger parts of the body, the front and back. But these have the most detail to them, so as far as painting. So I'm anxious to get these going. So till then,